Hey guys, welcome to my guide to fat loss part 3. Today I'm going to be covering exercise. So I'm going to go over cardiovascular exercise, I'm going to go over resistance or strength training, and then how you can combine both to best suit your fat loss program. I did say I was going to do metabolism in this episode, but I've decided to do a separate video on it because I think I can go more in depth on it. I think it's a topic that a lot of people are interested in and maybe have queries on it. So I'm going to do a separate video on that. If anyone has specific questions, they can leave it in the comments and then I can cover them in the video. But without further ado, let's get into it. So doing my research for this video, I found that you need to eat roughly a 3,500 calorie deficit, or kind of have enough active lifestyle that you're in a 3,500 calorie deficit per week, which is 500 calories a day, to lose about a pound a week. So I've covered how you might do that in diet, and today I'm going to go over the exercises, starting with cardio. So cardiovascular exercises, or cardio, also known as aerobic exercises, basically means with oxygen. So it's really good for your heart and lung health and just increasing your cardiovascular system and your VO2 max, which is a concept I will cover in a future video. They're really good and kind of associated with fat loss training is because they're going to burn a lot of calories due to moving your whole body constantly. Other than, say, if you're on a leg press, you're just going to be moving your legs, not really stressing your cardiovascular system. So you're probably going to associate this with running, swimming, cycling. They're the main ones. However, there's loads. You could walk, you could go on the machines in the gym. There's plenty of cardiovascular exercises that you should definitely research. Most sports kind of include cardiovascular, basketball, football, you're running around. What has been found to burn most calories though is running. However, the difference between that and cycling and swimming are quite minuscule. The key from my research is basically to do all of them, because you don't want to fall into a state where you're doing them naturally and your body's really acclimated to it. It's going to become too easy and you're not going to burn many calories whilst doing it. So to cover problems as to why you're maybe not losing weight or you're not burning as many calories as you think, age is one of them. The older you get, the less calories you're going to burn due to your metabolism kind of lowering. So that is to take into account, and obviously you're, depending on your age, you're at a different point and you've got different fitness goals, so that's absolutely fine. Also kind of body composition and your muscle to kind of fat ratio. The more muscle you have, your metabolic rate increases and therefore you're going to burn more calories. And then finally, your overall activity, also known as your idle movement. So if you're the kind of person to get up every 5 minutes and walk around the house, you're going to burn quite a few more calories than someone who just sits down all day. And I think that is a concept I covered in the last fat loss video, and I'm saying it can account for about 200 to 800 calories a day for the more extreme cases. So on top of kind of not seeing the calories or the fat go down, you may hit plateaus, which is also a concept I covered in the last video, where you may lose weight suddenly and then it just stagnates, nothing really happens. A great way to get out of this with cardio exercise is doing HIIT or high intensity interval training and moderate exercise. So maybe 2 days a week you'll do HIIT, 3 days you'll do moderate, or 1 day HIIT, 2 days moderate. It's kind of keeping your body having to adapt to each situation, and you're going to be in a lot of stress, and that's what's going to see the calories burning. And as I said before, your muscles are going to become used to whatever cardiovascular exercise you're doing, whether it's running, swimming, walking, or cycling. So the key is to switch up, maybe go for about 2 to 3 different cardio exercises you might do every week or fortnight. Go swimming one night, running the next. It's a good way to keep your body adapting to each situation, but also your mind, so it's not going to get boring for you and you're going to kind of get more skillful in each respect. To touch on HIIT training, it has been found to raise metabolism due to your heart rate really increasing whilst you're doing it. But I think the key when you're first starting is to go easy on yourself. Keep the intervals and the rests, they're quite large, maybe 30 seconds rest and then 15-second sprints or 10-second sprints, Make it nice and easy, because your heart rate is going to absolutely raise up and then it's going to have to kind of slowly go down. So it's something that a lot of people aren't used to, so just kind of go at your own pace. So to sum up on cardio, it is kind of the best thing that people see for fat loss, and I think it's the thing that people associate a lot but the key is just to switch it up. You don't want your body to get used to it. You want to keep changing it so it has to adapt, and it's going to burn more calories, it's going to be under more stress, and then you're really going to see that fat loss. So onto resistance or strength training. High rep strength training has been found to create something called excess rest exercise oxygen consumption, which is basically an elevated metabolism for a period after you work out. This can go all the way up to 38 hours, or maybe you just need 24 hours if you're gonna do weight training pretty much every day. What does this mean? Kind of increased metabolism. You're going to passively burn more calories than you would before, and metabolism is something that I'm going to talk about a lot, and like I said, I'm going to do a video on it next time in this series, because your high metabolism, the more calories you're going to burn, the more calories you burn, the more fat you're going to lose, and this is why this kind of excess oxygen consumption is something that people seek very regularly when fat burning. So I think resistance training or strength training isn't traditionally associated with fat loss programs. However, I think it is really important and can really benefit your fat loss kind of progression, and it definitely should be incorporated in your program. Benefits include increased growth hormone, increased bone density. Muscles have a higher metabolic rate than fat. This is only accounting for about 12 calories per pound of muscle gained. However, it is something. Also, if you're stronger, you're going to be lifting more, you can maybe run faster, and you're going to burn more calories there. It also will counteract the muscle loss that you're going to get from dieting and increased cardio, which I think is what a lot of people are worried about, and that's why doing resistance training alongside with cardio is really important. So when it comes to what resistance or strength training you should do, I think this really goes with your goals, as it always does. But my kind of advice, if you're just going for fat loss, is doing compound exercises. So this is deadlifts, squats, and benching. This is because you're going to be incorporating a lot of your muscles to stabilize your frame and to be able to push that weight in a safe way. Whereas if you're on a machine, you're just going to be using one muscle group and everything else is resting. Now, I'm not saying you should never go on a machine. I think machines are great if you're injured, or if you're picking up on kind of a lacking strength area, or if you're going for hypertrophy or looks in a certain area. Machines are really great to pick up on those kind of specific bits. However, if you're just going for fat loss, compound exercises are really great. You can also incorporate kind of exercises that use your whole body to stabilize, but also add a bit more motion. So this is kettlebell swings. This is something that I do quite regularly, and it could also be kind of called a cardio exercise as well, because it really does work your cardiovascular system as well as the muscles. So when it comes to combining all of this and programming for your fat loss, when it comes to exercise, I definitely say do both resistance and cardio exercises, obviously for all the benefits that I've mentioned, but it also makes your body adapt more, and it's going to be under more stress, and it's going to be burning more calories. Today I'm not going to be saying an exact program that you should use to burn fat, because I don't think there is one program that's going to burn the most fat. I think just combining knowledge and then doing what's best for you is the best. However, circuits are really a good way to combine strength training and cardio into one exercise that can be done relatively quickly. Obviously, I've got a circuit video and there's more to come in the future. It kind of includes the constant movement of your whole body that cardio kind of brings to the table, and then it includes the muscle growth and resistance training from strength training. So if you're not too keen on circuit training and you'd rather keep your cardio and your strength training separate, the key is to keep them in separate sessions from what I've read. This may be doing cardio in the morning and strength training in the evening. However, that is very time consuming if it's not possible. You could do Monday cardio, Tuesday strength, Wednesday, Thursday, and so on. Whatever works around your schedule. The key is just to get that balance and try and keep them separate if you can. If you're not going to keep them separate, the order of what you're doing it in, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be very minuscule that the changes are going to be, but kind of just go off of what works for you. Personally, I do strength training and then cardio, because the strength training is going to kind of tire my body out, but I'm going to be lifting as much as I can, and then the cardio is just going to push that last bit out. But the key again is just to rest kind of 1 to 2 days a week. You don't want to burn yourself out so you can't exercise the next week, and you want to give your body kind of time to recuperate and kind of process everything that you've done. You do want to kind of prioritize cardio over weights in fat loss, that is true. You know, if there's one day where you've kind of got to choose between the two, maybe you want to lean towards cardio. But like I said, you know, whatever your goals, it is up to you what you do. Thank you so much for watching this video on how you might use exercise to kind of benefit your fat loss programming. I will leave links in the description for all the pages and the websites that I use to research. They are mostly peer-reviewed or medically reviewed, because I know you can get a lot of information out there, and I'm not the one to find out whether it's false or true, but I think it is good to try and find quality, and that's what I want to bring to you guys. Like I said, the next part of this series, whether it's next week or the week after, is going to be on metabolism. I'm going to cover how you might raise it and how it is going to affect your body and your fat loss ultimately. But like I said, if anyone's got specific questions, please leave them in the comment section below or on my Instagram page. And then please leave a like, subscribe, comment, whatever it is, just get back to me. I love to hear your feedback and your support, and have a lovely week. I'll see you soon.